Alright guys, so it's finally here. The box that everybody's been waiting for. I got it before my birthday, so I'm going to go ahead and open it. Show you what's inside, because it's absolutely epic. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That thing is a thing of beauty right there, I'll tell you what. It's a thing of beauty. Look on the inside of this thing. This thing is absolutely sick. Like, absolutely sick. This is probably, I would consider it like the second, like, legit boat. The Oxydine is probably the first, but after buying probably $3,000+ worth of stuff over the last 6 months from OSE, I decided probably best to support them and, you know, a professional boat build, something like this. So I looked at the fiberglass model and I looked at the carbon. I looked at like building my own because I had two XLX2s and stuff like that. But by the time you kind of figure it all out, this is like $11.99, and you can buy just like the bare carbon hull for $6.99, and then you put two motors in it. So $6.99, $7.99. Now you're at $8.99. So now you're at $900 with motors in it. And then you got to put two speed controllers in it. So now you're already back up at the $1,050 range for a kit. So to me, it just made more sense to buy one that was kind of already set up, ready to go. Then, you know, if I want to take out the Seaking 180s, cool. I can take those out later. I can put in the XLX2s if I want. I can put in Hydra X8Ss if I want. But for now, I felt like let's buy the ready-to-run version, or almost ready-to-run version, and let's just see. Let's see what kind of speeds we can get. Let's see what batteries fit in it. Let's see what, these motors, 2,000 kV triple S motors. I don't have any of those. The only twin motors I have are 3686 TPs that are 2060 kV. So in my opinion, they're very similar to what these already are. The only thing I don't like about it, it's the single pickup rudder. So that will probably be the first upgrade, will be a dual pickup rudder, because they just have one inlet coming in. They split it, goes through the ESC and then through the motor. So I assume motors probably would get pretty hot, but maybe they won't because they're not under an extreme amount of load since they're sharing the load. So who knows? But let's go ahead and take it out of the box and see what she looks like on the table. Man, this thing is just an absolute work of art. I mean, it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, man. I'm starting to lose my voice, honestly. Look at this side. That's a beautiful, beautiful seam work. Got a little bit of imperfection here. Not bad, though. Not bad. I guess you put some decals on it, you won't notice it. Put some H2O mechanic decals on it. What? H2O? Let's get it. The lid does look cool. I meant to buy like a fiberglass lid for it. I wanted to buy like a white one and then just paint it black. That way I could put a GPS inside of it. But man, look at that. That thing is massive. That thing is massive compared to the Mystic 29. Whew, boy. And it's wide too. I mean, look at how wide that is. Like, shit. That is huge. It's so cool, y'all. Oh my God. Geeking out over this thing. And one thing I loved about this, it didn't say it like in the description when you bought it. I figured it wouldn't have the Kevlar inlay. I love that it has that Kevlar inlay. Helps strengthen it up. And then like I noticed down here, like when they did their supports, they did like this like little carbon. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on that. See how they did like the little carbon mat right there where they did the stuffing tube support, and they did little carbon spots here, I guess, where they have the little nuts underneath there. Very, very cool. I took the liberty when I bought the boat. I went ahead and bought a few of my most popular props and some that I don't run at all. So the first one, I bought the typical 45-14. This is the one I had, and this is the reverse that I bought. This is the Octora X447. So I bought the sister to it in the reverse model over here. I'm going to have to doctor on it. And basically probably what I'll do is I'll balance it, sharpen it, and put it on a scale to make sure both of them weigh the same amount. Then this right here is the 42mm OSE brass prop. and I just bought the 42mm OSE in reverse. That way we could have 2 high rake props, you know, in the 42. And then up here, I did some researching on the forum, and they were talking about the carbon cheetahs doing close to 100 miles an hour, and they were achieving that with an 1816. So I went ahead, I bought these on Bonsai. So Bonsai has got props, and I decided, I think it was like 20 bucks more, they would balance them and sharpen them and stuff like that. So they're already prepared. If you look how thin they are compared to a typical ABC prop, they're already extremely lightened. They're very thin, but I've put them both on my balancer, and neither one of them are 100% balanced. I'm going to say one blade may be 5 to 10% heavier than the other side, so I'm still going to have to do some dress work on them to get them to where they're perfect. But I went ahead, I got some QS8s to where I can swap over the ESCs to QS8s. Went ahead and decided it'd be cool to get me a decal for it, and then that's about it. So hopefully, I think probably the first upgrade will be a rudder. But before we do anything too crazy, let's just, you know, we're going to use it, run it as is. I got to figure out what batteries fit in this thing. All right, well, it is now the next day, and I have got everything officially put together on the twin carbon Cheetah. I'll show you inside. Right now, I've just got 2 3S packs in there chilling. I haven't really figured out how to run 6S in this thing. It's going to be kind of a fit to fit those batteries in there, but the 3S and the 4S Gens Ace packs kind of fit like they were really designed for a setup like this, like long and slender. They work pretty good, but I'm just going to have to test different batteries out to see which ones fit the best. But it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. I'll probably do a maiden run on, you know, on 3S, and then we'll switch it over to 4S, and then maybe eventually we'll get up to 6S once I can figure out a way to fit them in the hull, if that's even accessible. I don't know if I'll have to remove the carbon tray here to try to get them lower, because the way the cowl is, it just, you know, it just is what it is. But what I had initially got this piece here for that boat right there, and I decided not to put that on there, and it kind of was perfect for this boat. I didn't want to put anything up on the top. I felt like that 90-degree antenna fitting was pretty dope, and it made it a really clean look on the back of the boat, and so I'm very satisfied with that. Right now I've just got the 42 high rakes from OSE on the back of it. I learned that there are still bushing struts inside of here. Those aren't bearings. Maybe I could put bearings in there, I don't know. Just doesn't seem like something that's capable of doing it. That stuffing tube had to be realigned. I went ahead and pulled the shafts out and greased them, and when I did, the shaft dropped. So good thing I checked the alignment on that shaft. Servo. So I had a couple servos. I had a stock Proboat servo out of the Impulse 32. I had this red servo here, and the problem with this was when you went to put it in, this servo fits taller. Like if you look and put these side by side, see how this one is a little bit deeper on the bottom by, like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch maybe, but it wouldn't fit in the tray. And yeah, I could trim it, get my Dremel out and create dust and fluff it all up. But this servo is a waterproof Traxxas servo. I think it will serve its purpose. So I'm just going to try it. If it breaks, oh well, throw it away, get one that's more quality. But that's what I had on hand, so that's what we put in there. But yeah, so right now I've got it hooked up to my W-Fly remote since I had an extra receiver. I've got rudder, which is sweet. And I've got gas. That's so sick. It blows so much air. Oh my God. I'm so ready to get this thing in the water, but oh man, oh man. Now before I let y'all go, I just wanted to kind of take a quick peek at the bottom of the hull. This thing is gorgeous, man. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful everywhere. I really like these struts. That's a sick design. I never really knew how they functioned and how they worked. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hopefully that single intake rudder will be enough to cool this system. In my opinion, I don't think it will be. But we will test that theory, and we will see on the first time that we go out with this bad boy. Alright, well, I've been spending the last few days since I shot the other scenes that you just saw. I want to reiterate, I've got the 10-shock motor sent off. OSC sent me a new one, full covered warranty. 10-shock even apologized, so that's good to go on that. I'm kind of curious about this, being that it's a twin. I know I can run it on twin 4S packs quite easily, but since we have 6S ESCs, I really would like to try to run twin 6S packs, but I don't know what size packs to get. Now, another thing that I ran into with this style setup is trying to fit a battery down here, you know, in the sponson, lower the CG. I thought maybe I could put a 3S pack here, a 3S pack there, a 3S pack here, and a 3S pack here. That way I could run series connections to each ESC, trying to see if I could eventually maybe get this thing to 100 miles an hour. Just trying it. Now, the only battery packs I have 4 of are these. So it may be possible, because these do fit down inside the gully pretty well, and I can move them back and forth. And then I've got some jam foam here that I can put here, and then I can put another piece there and put a piece of Velcro in there and whatnot, and then that will come out. But that's just a whole lot of connections. Now, another thing I found frustrating with this is their cap packs. I know there's a rule of thumb on cap packs. You want them close to the ESC as possible, right? But here's the problem. So ideally, you think you could like run these, like if we just twist them, I don't know. It's just they don't act right, and they sit really high. So you say, oh, put it over here in the middle. Well, then what are you gonna do with this one? You know, it's just a cluster. You know, they didn't give you much leeway to work with, and the cap packs kind of prevent that from bending over, and like you can't put it here, because if you put it here, you're like direct heat, you're bending this over, and then you don't have the spot here. So it's just a little frustrating, just something I'm trying to figure out. Sorry about that, just got a spam call. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just a little frustrated here. I'm thinking about opening these up and seeing if I can desolder these and maybe move it in a different area. I don't know. They don't. Everything about that's frustrating to me. You move it over here, you're kind of putting your cable in a weird bind. You know, you can make it look like that, which kind of looks like meh. Like, let's just say we run that, like hypothetically run it like that. Now look what it did to this. It's putting that in the kink. Yeah, I can run it below that, but it doesn't give me. And I've been looking online trying to find people like pictures of battery placements of this thing, and nobody shows you the inside setup to where you can get an understanding of what they did. Almost half of mine are taking that tray out and moving the ESCs back. That's really what I think I might need to do. I might need to move those ESCs back, because I think I can move them back about an inch, and then that'll gain me the room that I need for my capacitors. But I think this video is going to be getting quite long, so leave me some details in the comment section and let me know what you think. Any ideas? They do sell 6S Gen Ace batteries, since SMC is completely out of stock of anything that would fit. The big 8200 I have won't fit, the 5300 6S won't fit, and the 6200 won't fit. Another thing that I was curious about was the rudder. So I want to get a dual pickup rudder for this thing, and the way this hinge mount is, if anybody knows, leave it in the comment section. Is this like a Speedmaster, or is this considered a TFL rudder? Because I have, you know, this rudder here, but it's a different hinge, you know, style setup. This one looks like I can probably pop it out with these 2 screws and the blade will pull out. I just haven't seen any of those online anywhere, so I don't know where I would find that at. Maybe on the TFL website, but I didn't see any on offshore. But don't know. Need to also find me a servo that'll fit in here that's going to be better than this Traxxas servo, but that was what I had and it's what fit. So that's what I wanted to use for testing just for now. But I put it on 3S. I've bench tested it. Everything seems to work and function good, so hopefully when it stops raining, we'll be able to get this thing out on the water. So thank y'all for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.